Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the video a bit. Hope everyone's well. Sorry I haven't been back in a few days, but work and distractions. Also, mood swings. Sometimes I feel very defeated in this journey of mine to try and get medical treatment for this parasite infection that I suffer. And everything I'm going through, yes, sometimes I feel utter defeat. But in saying that, I just get up and I dust my knees off and I keep going. Because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And I'm going to fight this until I'm 6 feet under. Damn straight I am. So, my Thursday. Let me tell you about it. So, frontline worker is introduced to me by one of my bosses at work. And I know she meant well. She asked me if I wanted to see a doctor through a frontline worker associate of hers, downtown Eastside, Vancouver, BC. And that she said, oh, there's just a little offset. I don't know how you feel about this, right? She goes, he's actually a practicing psychiatrist, but he was formerly a general practitioner. I'm like, I'm okay with that. And you know why I'm okay with that? I'm okay with that because I know I'm sound. And I know what ails me is a fucking parasite. I mean, this is becoming ridiculous. Okay? So, in my haste to get out of there, because I left early my shift, so it was kind of a little bit discombobulated in that normally I have closing duties, but I kind of was just gathering up my stuff and am I okay to leave now? And then so I forget my phone. My phone that has everything in it, Let me see. Look at that. This phone alone goes back to 223. I've got so many videos and images on here that would boggle the mind in that, what is that? You'd be saying. Ain't nothing normal about what's coming out of me or what's on me. That's what's not normal. What is normal is this functioning brain and this, actually very strong mind is fine. Getting rid of the parasite is what I need, doctors. Anyway, it was kind of a bizarre meeting. I'm sitting in this chair, the doctor's at his desk, but he's kind of, I think it's a sink. He's kind of sitting up on that because there's not two chairs. And so he's sitting there and doctor's there. And I'm kind of in the corner and I'm like, okay. So my first mistake was handing over my medical health records. Yeah. Because you see, understand that they will always have that focus perspective as being an operator in the hive mind collective. Okay? So they're always going to take that posture that right away. What does that sound like? Yeah. Anyway, I asked about albendazole or ivermectin. I said, because I said never once has this ever been treated with anti-parasite. I've never been written a requisition, I don't believe. The one time I was, it was canceled by the said doctor that started all this. So, that started the delusional parasitosis gross misdiagnosis and floated it around on my medical health records. That I was sent to several doctors with that as in part of my problem. suggested problem. So, yeah, it infuriates me as I think about it. So, I don't have my phone. And I'm trying to show him my lip, and he looks at my lip, and he's like, "Oh, I see white lines," and then he makes the suggestion of, "Why don't you do meds so we can prove that you're balanced or that you're not delusional?" Right? Even when I suggested ivermectin and albendazole, he said ivermectin's only for horses. He said that, and he had to look it up on the internet to see if it was ever prescribed to humans. I'm not kidding, folks. So then he makes the next suggestion of putting me on meds to, I guess, is that how AI operates? Put her on meds and watch how she acts, see where her levels are or whatever. I don't know. And then Buddy here is like, "Have you ever?" I'm like, "Ever what?" Done meds to like whatever, like I like, in fairness, I am looking for support. If this is going to go on in my life, I don't know how long I can work, because as I said, folks, it's wrapped around my legs, both knees. I try to show him, but he couldn't see it, of course, but it's affecting. I'm like, I can't run, and at times I'm limping because of what it's doing to me. Sometimes the pain runs up to my hip. Like, this is for real, folks. This is for real. Ain't nobody gonna tell me any different. I know what this is. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I live with it. And I'm perfectly normal. And I don't need a doctor to shoot me up with fucking drugs to calibrate me so that he can analyze me and then give the okay on my mental health state. Like, and then Buddy, of course, puts in, like, he asked me if I was comfortable with him sitting in on it, and I said, yeah. I said, I want everybody to know about this shit. I don't care. So he said something about have you ever? And I'm like, yeah, like that, right? And then oh yeah. So I kind of got a little bit almost panicked, anxietied. Okay, and I got up and I said, yeah, no, I'm not down with this. I said, is that the best you can do? And then I said, hold up. Let me reiterate this. So you're saying that you can, as a GP, when I take that, offer me some, feces testing, stool testing, pardon me. But as a psychiatrist, you'd have to put me on drugs so you can monitor me or test, and I don't know, like, you're going to gauge my stability or what I'm feeling, or if I'm in my right mind, because delusional is you're feeling something that isn't there. Let's look it up in the dictionary. Like, hello? And when I said that, he's like, well, that's not necessarily true. Then he goes on to tell me the story about Kennedy, I think, having, was it Jack or Robert Kennedy? And like, I know one of the Kennedys does suffer, claim to suffer. He's still alive and he's working against vaccinations and stuff. JF, but I think he mentioned JF as having a parasite that calcified in his brain. And like, I didn't understand how he was trying to put these two stories together, but like, no, you're not going to med up a perfectly normal mind or brain to suit your agenda or whatever, however it is you think this should be approached. Which, by the way, wow, thank you. And that's another video. I'll be back for part 2. All right?